Hey everyone, it's the Life Doctor here, and sorry I have not been making as many videos as I usually do. I've been really busy. It's summertime and we have been going on trips. We have trips coming up. A million things going on in my life, but good things. I'm not complaining. But I did want to apologize for not getting out as many videos as I typically do. But I am back and I wanted to talk to you guys about facing or dealing with fear. And as you know, if you follow my channel on YouTube or you follow my posts on Facebook, you know that I try to keep things 100% transparent and real. I want to encourage others and help others. And I feel like I can do that best by being totally honest. And what that means for me a lot of the time is just sharing with you as I go through what it is I'm going through, if I feel that that's appropriate to share. And so right now I'm dealing with some real fear. And so I just wanted to kind of walk you through what you can do to deal with fear if you have fear about particular issues or things in your life, as I walk myself through and take myself through this process that, again, is very real for me. So I'm going to share with you 5 tips that I think can be helpful. I am implementing them in my own life. And, I pray that this can be a blessing for you with whatever you're dealing with. So the first thing is you want to make sure that you are being real with yourself. You want to acknowledge that you have this particular fear. A lot of times it is very easy to be in denial about something, to ignore it. Being in denial is safer, it's comfortable for us emotionally, much more comfortable than acknowledging something that is a little bit outside of our comfort zone. So the first step I would say is to acknowledge that you actually have this fear. Name it, label it, write it down, but make sure that you are in reality about this. You are not in denial, but you acknowledge it. So that's number one. Number two is study it. What I mean by studying your fear, your anxiety, whatever you're dealing with, is that you want to really analyze what's going on. For example, is this something that you have now just come into as an adult? Or is this fear something that you have been dealing with all your life, stemming from your childhood? Is this something that you believe was birthed out of how you were raised, interactions you had growing up as a child, throughout your adolescence, and now here you are as an adult? I mean, like, what is the genesis of this issue? What's the history? What's really going on? Is this something that is based in reality? Is this something that is irrational? But I mean, you really, really need to study this thing. So the third thing is reframe. Instead of thinking about this fear as a bad thing, a negative thing, oh my goodness, I can't do it, change how you're thinking about it, change how you're speaking about it. So that's what it is, to reframe. You're just going to change it. And so instead of thinking those things and saying those things, think of this fear as an opportunity, something that you can do, something that you can conquer. And then if you are able to do this thing, to conquer this fear, then you can actually be an inspiration to others. You can help others along your journey. They can look at you and say, wow, she did that, he did that, so can I. Um, if you follow me, you know that I have been on my own weight loss and healthy lifestyles journey for a while. And a big part of why I have been able to get to where I am is from watching people on Facebook, watching people on YouTube share their stories of struggle, of triumph, where their weight loss and their exercising and their healthy lifestyles journey is concerned. I looked at where they came from, and I looked at, the process and where they are, and I figured, well, if they can do it, certainly so can I. In times, in moments when I've been extremely discouraged on my own journey, I would look at a YouTube video, or I would read someone's post, look at pictures on Facebook, and then be encouraged again to get back on the saddle and figure out what I'm doing. So reframe, really change how you're thinking about this. It's not such a negative thing. No, this is something that you can conquer. You can use it to inspire others as you go along your process. And kind of in keeping with this whole reframe um, tip, why don't we go ahead and visualize? So that would be number 4. Visualization is super, super important. And again, prior to getting where I am on my journey, I visualized myself being here. I visualized myself, as the size that I wanted to be. I visualized myself weighing the weight that I wanted to weigh. I even visualized myself talking and teaching others how they too could lose weight and become healthier. And this was all before I got to where I am now. And I did that because that mental exercise was quite enjoyable, because I was imagining myself slimmer, fitter, in shape, and that was nice. And it also really, really motivated me to get there, so that one day I could do those things that I was visualizing. So whatever your fear is, visualize yourself conquering it. Visualize yourself being able to move past the fear and getting that task done, whether it is to lose weight, whether it is to try your hand at a different career path, whether it is going ahead and buying that new house, whether it is approaching that person that you have been admiring, and you've just been nervous to talk to them because you have a fear of rejection. Whatever it is, go ahead and visualize yourself moving past and doing that thing. And then the 5th and final thing that I would encourage you to do is to take action steps. Now, of course, before you can actually take action steps towards conquering that fear, you need to have some kind of goals laid out. And so as you are mapping out the goals as it pertains to your fear, make sure that your goals are reasonable and they are small, so that you can then take action steps one by one that will get you closer to where you want to be. So again, back to weight loss, and I'm sharing weight loss because that is something that's very personal to me, and I can just relate that to pretty much anything I'm talking about. So for me, I laid out goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, and then goals, a few months down the road. And then I worked my way to those things. So I would map out, okay, each week I want to lose 1.5 to 2 pounds. Okay, by this month, I want to weigh this. I want to be this size. Okay, I have a 5K race coming up. That means I need to do this to get there. Okay, I have a 10K. So you get the drift. Map out goals for yourself that are manageable, that you can take action steps to achieve, and then ultimately you will actually get to conquer that fear. So I hope that these 5 tips have been helpful for you. Let's hope I can remember them so we can review. So the first one was to get real about it, to acknowledge that the fear exists. The second one was to, what was the second one? I have it written down here. Oh, study it. You really want to analyze what's going on. Is it reality based? Is it irrational? Let me just say this real quick. Some fears are rational and appropriate. Not all fears are irrational. So I don't want you to get the idea that, just because you have a fear, it must be irrational. No, there are things in this world, there are things in life that you ought to be afraid of. So I just want to put that out there. So that was number 2. Number 3, reframe. You want to make sure that you are conceptualizing this fear as an opportunity, something that you can conquer, move past, move through, and then use the process to inspire others. Number 4, visualization. Imagine yourself conquering this thing. Imagine yourself inspiring others, talking to people, doing whatever it is that you are fearful of doing. And then finally, number 5, you want to take action steps. You want to make sure that you are mapping out manageable bite-sized goals that you can actually take action steps to achieve, and then ultimately, conquering that fear that has been crippling you or holding you back all of these years. So I hope that this has been helpful and that it has been a blessing for you. If it has, please give this video a thumbs up or like it if you are on Facebook. And why don't you go ahead and share this video with somebody? I can't reach everybody, and so there may be a friend or acquaintance in your life that this might be helpful for. All right, so I will see you in the next video. This is the Life Doctor. Bye.